sobbing like crazy right now. To think that the person who killed the wonderful Mahiru Koizumi is in this room. Impossible! Impossible! That's so impossible! There's no way I can believe that! Oh, I can't do anything. How annoying. But I'm just gonna believe in everyone. That's the least I can do. Everyone do your best. Don't lose to yourselves. And don't forget to save regularly.
I've saved 5 times already.
Well, now that we've decided to believe Hiyoko, now what?
If the killer was luring Hiyoko into a trap, then something that was used there might be a clue.
Do you mean the letter?
No, it was probably the gummy.
Huh? Candy can be a clue?
Hey, when you woke up, was the gummy already there? Now that you mention it, I feel like it wasn't. Just as I thought.
Well, I mean, how would you have noticed it? Like, if you woke up after being drugged, you woke up and you're just kind of like, I wonder if there's anything on the floor here I need to look at. It's not like gummies are obvious.
Just as you thought?
If the killer planted evidence while Hiyoko was there, she would have thrown it away if she found it.
Which means the gummy was placed inside the closet after Hiyoko fled from the beach house?
The killer returned to the scene of the crime? After I left?
They wouldn't have to do something that troublesome as long as they hid somewhere within the beach house.
That's impossible! There's nowhere to hide!
Why couldn't they just hide in the shower room?
I even glanced inside the shower room as I was running away, but there was nobody there!
Well, alright, fine then.
Then, does that mean the killer came back?
I wonder.
I would just assume she didn't see the gummy.
At any rate, the solution to that problem is connected to what really happened. That's what I think.
I want to play a new game. Is that what you're thinking? So we've prepared the perfect product for you. You will dive into your own brain and logically discern the mysterious answer from several questions. It's called the Logic Dive. Oh, okay. This thing. During the Logic Dive, you will control a version of yourself created from an image within your brain. Your task is to reach the goal, the final destination of the synapse course. You can move sideways with the mouse and accelerate with the control key. Press the right mouse button to brake and left mouse button to jump. There'll be various obstacles you will encounter as you progress through the course, so make sure you're familiar with these controls so you can reach the goal. On your journey, you will take damage every time you fall into a gap or bump into walls. Also, upon reaching a certain point, there will be branching questions in the course. The answers split into different paths, so please proceed down the path of the answer you think is correct. I hope these are easy questions. Branching questions will appear several times in one course. Please be careful. I highly recommend you make good use of the brake. That's my meddlesome advice to you. Press the escape key during the Logic Dive. You can review the controls. Well then, good luck and have fun. Okay, let's see. She's right. This might be a very important problem. If the killer tampered with the evidence after Hiyoko ran away from the beach house, when did the killer arrive and depart from the beach house? Think. If I just focus and think about it, I'm sure I'll be able to find the answers. Alright, I'm going to do it. Oh man, this sounds like it's going to be rough. Alright. Let me see. Okay, that's braking, that's jumping, that's speed up, brake. So do I want that? I'm not sure if it's good to move fast if I have to answer questions along the way. I'll miss that. Okay, whoa, slow down. When did the killer arrive at the beach house? Before, right? Oh, shit. Wrong way, wrong way. Okay. I keep wanting to control with my WASD. Okay, I was right. I meant to do that. Okay, question 2. When did the killer leave the beach house? They left afterward, right? Yeah, they left after Hiyoko left, right? This is so hard to like figure out while I'm doing this. When did the killer leave the beach house? After Hiyoko left. Yeah, because that's what we're trying to figure out. I think. Makes sense to me. Oh god, okay, alright. Oh, why'd I jump over that? That was stupid. I saw it coming, I thought it was an obstacle at first. That's an obstacle. Question 3. Where was the killer hiding before Hiyoko was unconscious? Well, we haven't heard anything about the beach, so the beach house, I would imagine. I just don't know where, unless that has something to do with that window. They haven't said anything about a beach. Oh, I made it.
It's all coming together.
Okay, I was right on this, I guess.
Do you think the killer might have been hiding?
You spent all that time thinking just to say something so pointless. How disappointing. Didn't I just say there was nowhere to hide? Do I have to explain it in another language so you can understand?
Her personality got a hell of a lot more forceful once she stopped being a suspect.
No, there should have been a place for them to hide. A place you didn't look, Hiyoko.
Oh, what are you saying? Stop being annoying or I'm gonna make Akane bop you on the head and shut you up for good!
I really don't want that to happen to me. I need to answer by any means. The place where the killer was hiding, the place where Hiyoko hasn't looked is... Well, we said it wasn't the shower room. It couldn't have been out there. There's nowhere else for him to hide. They couldn't have been hiding in a drink cabinet. The only two places I could think of are the closet or the shower. They couldn't have been hiding where the window is. Was there anything in the closet they could have been hiding in? What's in the closet? This... Wait, they were making a big deal about that surfboard case and everything being thrown around. Maybe in that surfboard case?
Here! The killer was probably hiding in the closet.
The closet? That's where I was locked up!
After you woke up, you said you rushed out of there, right? And you probably didn't look inside the closet very carefully.
But could two people even hide in such a small place? And without Hiyoko knowing?
That's why the killer made sure to arrange a hiding place.
If the killer made sure to arrange a hiding place in advance, I can only think of one place. That's right, the place where the killer was hiding inside the closet was the surfboard container.
Here! What about the surfboard case in the closet?
Huh? Inside the surfboard case?
I clicked that too soon, my bad.
With the shelf it was on. It was pretty messy, don't you think? 2 surfboards were stacked on the top shelf. And there were surfboards that weren't even in a case. The killer probably did that on purpose to secure a hiding place. 'Cause we haven't been on this island that long, so the closet shouldn't have been that messy, I think. Then, the killer was close to me during that time?
Yeah, They were quietly holding their breath and hiding very close to you.
It's kind of like in for a penny, in for a pound, so to speak.
Yeah, just like that.
Don't you mean it's always darkest under the lighthouse?
I shouldn't say things I don't understand, like, so to speak.
Anyway, the killer hid silently, and after making sure Hiyoko left, they finally left the surfboard case.
I agree with that as well.
Seriously, nobody asked what you think.
There's no way the killer would leave Hiyoko by herself if they were trying to frame her. If Hiyoko was left alone and ruined the evidence the killer had planted, it would have messed up their plan. Instead, it makes more sense to think that the killer was hiding in the beach house, watching Hiyoko.
Say whatever you want, even if you didn't ask. All right, if you don't want to friggin' get punched, just stand still and let me punch ya!
I don't think that's how that works.
Oh, you shut up. Then, grit your teeth.
Sorry, Akane. It's not like that. Hey, Monokuma. Can I ask you about something that seems strange to me?
I believe Prince Shotoku was from the future. A man from the future is always directing the flow of history.
I'll listen to your story about men from the future some other time. As I recall, the body discovery announcement is made when 3 or more people discover a body, right?
Ah, this part.
Is the killer also included? Among those 3 or more people?
It couldn't be.
Yeah, that's true, but, well, something like that is basically what it's supposed to be.
You don't sound very articulate.
Jeez, you're pretty annoying for noticing something like that. I know it sounds like an excuse, but the body discovery announcement isn't supposed to be used for deduction. It's intended to create a fair trial. It's supposed to let everyone know a body has been found.
So you're saying it's unfortunate that I used it for deduction? I understand your excuse, but depending on who actually found the body, it's possible that your 3 or more people rule could be deadly.
Well, as long as I keep things ambiguous, I can respond to situations with some flexibility.
Flexibility, huh? So what about this time? Is it 3 people including the killer or not?
Jeez, fine, fine! You want me to say it? It doesn't include the killer this time, okay? All done.
So Fuyuhiko, Hiyoko, and Kazuichi is what I was thinking.
Which means 3 people other than the killer discovered Mahiru's body.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. I just thought it was somewhat strange. More importantly, let's get back to our original topic.
You're the one who went on a tangent.
We were just saying the killer was hiding in the surfboard case, right? And after Hiyoko ran away, the killer got to enjoy the simple life of destroying evidence.
However, before we proceed any further, there's something we have to make clear. The killer blocked the roadside door with Mahiru's body before Hiyoko ran away. But what about the blood?
Now that you mention it, that mystery hasn't been solved yet.
It's going to be all right. If you guys have come this far, I'm sure you can discover that answer too. Now, let's start the argument, shall we?
Now then, I shall explain to you the final feature in the non-stop debates. Okay, cool, so this is the last thing they're going to add to them. From this point forward, you will now be able to use the truth flashback. Oh, isn't this where I have to, like, remember something? I can, like, hold a button. If you hold down the left mouse button, the shape of the reticle will change. If you aim at the remark's weak spot and keep it in that position, you'll be able to memorize it. This memorized phrase can only be fired once as a single truth bullet. If you shoot or change to a different truth bullet, it will disappear from your truth cylinder. However, you can use this flashback feature as many times as you want. If you don't seem to have the answer to a lie or mistake in your available truth bullets, it might be wise to memorize a different weak spot and use that to make your case. When's the best time to flashback? Well, you'll just have to trust your keen wits, won't you? By the way, you will not be able to agree with anyone while you're using the truth flashback. Please remember that it is only effective when refuting points. Well then, good luck and have fun. I wonder if it's going to be obvious, because whenever they would do this in the other game, it would almost always pop up Monokuma file. Shower room. Okay, so we know that's not it.
What did the killer do with the blood on their body?
Maybe they simply washed it off.
They couldn't use the shower, right? So washing it off would have been impossible.
They didn't have to use
I
the
need to
shower.
shoot that, I think.
Oh, what about the wetsuits in the closet? Maybe
Or
they
that.
wore one when they moved the body.
If they used something other than the shower... What did they do with the bloody wetsuit?
They cut it up and whoosh.
As someone who flushes their shit every morning, I can declare it would definitely clog the toilet.
Maybe it's the other way around? Perhaps someone other than the killer moved the body? Maybe they were able to wash it off.
If I use that person's opinion, I might be able to break through contradiction.
What did the killer do with the blood on their body?
Maybe they simply washed it off.
They couldn't use the shower, right?
Right.
So washing it off would have been impossible.
That's what we have to shoot, I'm
They
almost
didn't
positive.
have to use the shower.
Oh, what about the wetsuits in the closet?
No.
Maybe they wore one when they moved the body.
If
They said it
used
won't work when
something
you're
other than the
agreeing.
shower.
That, I bet.
What did they do with the bloody
Alright,
wetsuit?
we want that other thing.
They cut it up and whoosh.
A few Hiko says.
As someone who
Alright, I think
What
I got
did the killer do
I
with
think.
the blood on their body?
Maybe they simply
And it kind of
washed it
fits
off.
into my theory I got cooking of who did
They
it.
couldn't use the shower, right? So washing it off would have been impossible.
Aw, darn it.
They didn't have to use the
Shit, missed
shower.
it.
They couldn't use the shower,
Alright, white
right?
noise and then shoot.
So washing it off would have been impossible.
Got it.
No, that's wrong.
They just needed to wash off the blood. They didn't necessarily have to use the shower. They could have just as easily used something else.
Something other than the shower. Like what?
Something other than the shower. Let's see. They walked toward the beach to wash it off. They'd have left footprints near the beachside door. But in reality, the only footprints there were Hyoko's. If the killer washed off the blood, they definitely would have done it inside the beach house. To do it one more time. Okay. That makes sense. That's why the trash can was full of drinks.
I see.
Okay, I get it now.
Drinks inside the refrigerator. Couldn't the killer have used those to wash off the blood?
Depending on what they were, they would have been very sticky afterward.
I've seen through it. In theory, but that's impossible.
Why is that?
Why?
Try to remember the refrigerator carefully, and then you will understand.
I am actually. The drinks that were left were the sugary ones, come to think of it. So that's why you weren't sticky after you washed yourself off. Hecko.
That there's no possible way the drinks in the refrigerator were used.
Yeah, I think it's Pecco. Because that explains the diving. I think we want trash can, right? Actually, wait a minute.
It's
Try
true
trash
there were
can.
drinks.
Shit.
In the beach house refrigerator. However, try think one bottle wouldn't be enough to wash off the blood.
I can't back down.
Shit. Ooh, I almost never did things like that.
We can't assume they used just one drink. They could have used a bunch of them to wash it off.
Didn't I say it wasn't? There were no water bottles in the refrigerator.
Allow me to cut through those
Just
words.
caught that. I had to, like, think about it for a second.
Oh, there were water bottles inside the refrigerator.
How many times do I have to tell you? There were no water bottles in there whatsoever.
Oh my god, it's gonna turn out that you're sparkling justice, isn't it?
That was after the incident, right? But before the incident, there were water bottles in the fridge. And the killer took all of those water bottles and used them to wash the blood off their body.
So you're saying the water bottles were gone? Because they were all used? That's a logical fallacy.
It's not a fallacy. There should have been evidence inside the trash can. Evidence like a lot of thrown away plastic water bottles. Isn't that right, Chiaki?
Yeah, and to make it even worse, they didn't recycle those bottles. They just threw them in the trash can to be thrown away. Asshole.
Oh, you're right. These bottles look like they may have been filled with water.
Truly, whoever did this must be the killer.
Well, now that you mention it, when I went to the beach house a few days ago, I feel like I drank one of those plastic water bottles.
You should have said so sooner.
Then, the plastic water bottles were used in place of a shower.
Dousing your body with lots of water bottles is such a simple and easy to understand explanation.
Hold on a sec. Though this doesn't really fit why I thought she would have, how I thought she did it, because I thought maybe she went swimming to wash the blood off of her in the first place, and that's why she said she was in the water all that time, swimming around the islands. Now that I think about it, if they soaked their entire body with a bunch of plastic water bottles, if they did that, that person would be...
It seems you've realized who the killer is. See? Just as I thought.
Hold on. You know who the killer is?
Though I don't know why the plastic water bottles means it has to be Pecco, but...
Is that true?
Let me ask, who might that be?
The killer used plastic water bottles to wash off the blood that splattered onto them. That killer, Mihiru's killer, must be that person. I'm taking a guess here. I think it's Pecco.
You're the only one!
I was right.
Pecco. Is it you?
Hey, what are you being quiet for? They're accusing you of being the killer.
Then I should ask you this. Why do you believe I'm the killer?
I remember when we were all meeting up to go to the beach. Your appearance when you came to the diner.
Hajime and Kazuichi, why are you two here? Hey, aren't you breathing pretty heavily? I just did a little swimming.
If the killer really did wash the blood off with water bottles, they'd have to drench their entire body.
Oh, so she never went swimming in the first place. Okay, I get it.
But there were no towels in the beach house, and it would have taken a while for the water to fully air dry. So you said you went swimming so you'd have a cover story.
Don't just stay silent! Say something! Hold on, you bastard! You saw her at the diner! You never saw her near the beach house, right?
Why are you so passionate about this?
So maybe she really was swimming!
No one even saw her swimming.
Why? Are you trying to protect Pecco for some reason?
No. I saw her.
Huh?
After I ran into you bastards at the diner, I crossed paths with her on my way home. So there's no doubt she would have arrived at the diner from the opposite direction of the beach house.
Hold on. That's strange. Didn't you just say this earlier?
It's just a coincidence I passed by the diner. I didn't even pay attention to the beach house. I went straight back to the hotel after I saw you guys. I didn't see anyone during that time.
You told me you didn't see anyone. Don't try to tell me you forgot about that.
Not so fast! It's too soon to decide she's a killer. We haven't established how the killer was able to leave the beach house.
The window.
Now that you mention it, you're right.
The roadside door was blocked. And if it's impossible to leave from the beachside without leaving footprints, then how the fuck did the killer escape?
Why are you all fired up, Fuyuhiko? You're not the suspect. Pecco is.
Who cares about that? Answer me! If you have an explanation, then show me what you got!
We might have an answer.
You know what? Fuyuhiko set this thing up somehow, because I keep forgetting he had that envelope that Mahiru had with the photos in the first place. We might have an answer.
Do you really? This mystery seems unsolvable.
Well, if Peko is the killer, then I might just have an answer to that mystery.
I see. Then let's hear this alleged method of escaping the beach house.
First, let's establish how the killer escaped.
Killer's escape route, I might know what it was. In fact, the only possible thing I could think of is that opening, the small window in the shower room.
I see! If the roadside and beachside doors aren't an option, the only other thing I can think of is... well, nothing really. Except that small window in the shower room.
Huh. Don't you know how high that window is? There's no way Peko could have reached it.
But what if, for instance, she got help from someone?
She might have reached it by riding someone's shoulders, but then that person would have been left behind.
Fuyuhiko helped her.
Is it possible an object was used? A rope, for instance?
And what happened to the rope after they used it? And don't say something stupid like they threw it outside.
Of course not! That would violate the school trip rule!
Littering is not allowed. Let us coexist with a sign of its bountiful nature and mutual prosperity.
Littering is prohibited. Even if it might be evidence, rules are still rules.
You see? There's no way they'd be able to escape from that window.
No, they just have to use an object. Chiaki, don't fall asleep on us! We just said they couldn't use an object!
Maybe she pole vaulted with her bamboo sword.
You did? I thought you were saying they couldn't dispose of an object. I see! You don't have to throw it away if you can just hide it somewhere on your body. Huh? Pekka was wearing a swimsuit, remember? Where would she even hide an object? And if you say she hid it in her special place, I'll stab you in yours! No! Please don't be violent!
Even if the killer used an object to escape out the window, they wouldn't have been able to get rid of it. So the only thing I can think of is that the killer must have hid it somewhere. If that's the case, focus and think. The object the killer used to escape out the window. She had her sword with her. I just don't know how she would have used her sword. Bamboo sword fits. Let's see if B comes up. Yeah, it's bamboo sword. Shit. I remember I gotta actually like do this kind of quick. Alright, I need an M. This is really easy if you know the word, because then you can just do things real quick until you get the letter you want. Just like I said before, it takes ages to do this. Need an R. There we go. Need a D. I can imagine it would suck if you're like down to the wire and you're desperately needing a letter and they just will not give it to you. There we go.
I got it!
Peko, you carry that bamboo sword on your back at all times, right?
And she had it with her at the diner.
If I recall correctly, you had it then too. Despite the fact that you had a swimsuit on, you were still wearing your bamboo sword.
Are you saying she used that bamboo sword to escape through the window?
Yeah. Peko used that bamboo sword as a step stool and escaped out the window.
How the hell would that work?
Sword as a step stool? You see? I knew it! I knew it was a ninja! Didn't I tell you? A ninja could have climbed that easily! Ninjas know a climbing trick where they lean their sword against a wall and use the handguard as a step stool.
Oh, okay, well I guess you could do that. That's not really a ninja trick.
Wow! Just like a Japanese ninja!
Or is it?
Miss Sonia, ninjas only exist in Japan.
Well, it is a bamboo sword, but I'm sure a slender girl like Peko could easily use it to climb.
Well, Peko, do you have anything to say?
Now then, time has come once again for panic talk action. Let's talk a little bit about fever time and nega time. Oh, this is going to get hard now. From this point on, you will be able to use fever time by pressing the space key during PTA. When fever time is activated, the tempo will be pushed to its max. But that's not all. You won't miss during fever time either. By pressing the left mouse button when applicable, you can destroy your opponent's verbal assault. But only until your focus gauge runs out, so make the best possible use of your time. Of course, you're not the only one who can get the upper hand. There's something called nega time your opponent can use too. If your opponent activates nega time, your tempo marker will disappear, making it quite a bit difficult to press the buttons in rhythm. So in that case, please time the rhythm not with your eyes, but with your ears, your passionate heart. If you can't clear it, you can always change the difficulty setting. I'm not going to tell them that they'll have to redo the class trial for that chapter if they do that. I wouldn't change the difficulty setting, but is that serious? Because, oh my god, that would be long. Well then, good luck and have fun. They didn't say anything about using fever time and nega time at the same time like you do in the other game. That's how I would always cancel out nega time, so I don't know if it's going to work or not. Okay, let's do this, or try to do it.
Hold on a sec, you bastard! You're saying she used her sword as a step stool and went out the fucking window? Then what about the sword?
You know, that is a good point. I was wondering about that.
It would have been left in the shower room and she wouldn't have been able to recover it, dumbass!
Fuyuhiko, why do you even care?
Probably because for some, well, obviously he's passionate about it anyway, but our lives are all on the line here.
Shut up! Just shut the fuck up and answer me! If you have an answer, then fucking give it to me! If she used the bamboo sword as a step stool, it would have been left behind!
Fuyuhiko, why? Why are you...
Got proof, you bastard? That's obviously impossible! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Don't fuck with me! Got proof, you bastard? Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Don't fuck with me! Got proof, you bastard? That's obviously impossible! Bastard!
Okay, it does work if you do that. Fever time on top of nega time.
You're pissing me off! You're pissing me off! Bastard! If she used the bamboo sword as a step stool,
bamboo sword bag?
This is the end!
If she used her bamboo sword as a step stool, she could have recovered it with her sword bag.
That was the only thing there I could figure it made any sense once I saw the word bag.
When she leaned her sword against the wall to use as a step stool, she tied her sword bag to it. And after she climbed up to the window, as long as she hauled the bag up toward her, she would have been able to recover her bamboo sword.
I see. Not just the bamboo sword, but even the sword bag, too. She used them both to escape. Akane said she's like a ninja, but it's nothing as silly as that. Simply put, only Peko could have performed this feat. An escape plan befitting of the ultimate swordswoman. Even so, how disappointing. If you'd only let me work with you, it would have been an even greater plan. Oh, you just back off!
Is it true? You killed
Hold on! You're just making assumptions!
That mask hasn't come up yet.
You don't have any proof. I won't accept this unless there's proof! Got it, you bastard?
It's fine.
Huh?
I said it's fine. Saying anything more would just be an exercise in futility.
She admitted it just now, right? She admitted she's Mahiru's killer, right? But is this right? Even if Yuhiko was the one arguing with us, Peko just admitted it so freely.
Among flowers, the cherry blossom. Among men, the samurai. I commend your decisiveness, at least. Very well. If you admit it, this ends now. Let's cast our votes.
Agreed. Hurry up and vote.
Hold on. Let me confirm one thing first.
Can it wait until after the voting?
This is important, and it relates to the voting. It's about Peko's motive.
My motive?
In the end, you had no connection to the events depicted in Twilight Syndrome murder case, right? Then, why did you kill Mahiru?
So it's about that. Let's see. If I must answer that question, I must say it was for the sake of justice.
Oh god, I was right. She's sparkling justice. Sonia is gonna fangirl so hard.
Justice?
In order to protect the justice of this world.
Huh?
I do not sully my hands to satisfy personal grudges. There is only one reason I kill. For the sake of protecting justice.
Yeah, that's great, but if you would have gotten away with this, she'd just killed everybody else in the room. Is there justice in that somehow that I'm missing?
What are you saying?
Justice is what makes humans human. It's a virtue that human beings should be proud of. Justice is the eternal sun and the enduring moon, the protective father and the smiling mother.
Hello! Earth to Peko!
If justice ever disappeared from this world, the world would immediately freeze and people's smiles would vanish. I will not allow that!
Okay, so you're nuts too.
It's fine, just stop it!
But what's your connection to him?
Justice must always be there to guide us, to shine bright above our heads.
I'm telling you to stop it!
So I must fight. I must continue to fight to protect justice.
Could she be?
Oh, here we go.
As the light of justice shines upon my mask, I expose the heart of malevolent evil. Justice complete!
Oh my god.
The center of justice that is pierced by justice. The lead star of justice that shines in the night sky.
How did we get here?
That would be me. Sparkling justice! Now then, let's execute justice!
What? What the fuck?
Yeah. Though the tongue sticking out in the mouth all determined, like, at something.
Peko, what are you doing?
I am sparkling justice. In the name of sparkling, shining justice, I have come to deliver justice.
What's going on? What's this? Chill!
Peko finally snapped!
Everyone, please be careful! Sparkling Justice is a serial killer who claims to be an ally of justice. Clad in her various hero masks, she is a serial killer who exclusively targets other criminals.
Maybe if you're lucky, she'll sign her mask for you before she dies.
She is supposed to be... But... Huh? An ally of justice? So that's why you're wearing a mask! This mask is the dividing line. Just like various idols, the sun is revered because it lies just beyond your grasp. Justice should also be the same.
So, yeah, what's your connection to this, Ryuhiko?
I don't get it, but this is becoming really crazy.
What? What the heck is this? Echo is the killer? Why? Why is it turning out like this?
This is turning out to be a surprising turn of events.
Hey, you can say that again.
Hey! Now's not the time for you to be sleeping. Take a look. It's a killer.
This again?
Huh? Sleepwalking?
I wonder what he means by this again. Unless he's saying another character that's actually a serial killer.
So what's your answer to my previous question? Why did you kill Mahiru? This world must always be bathed in the light of justice. I must not allow even one shadow. Evil must be eliminated immediately.
Wow. So, I'm guessing she played the game and figured out that Mahiru helped student E get away with the killing.
No matter what, I must not overlook evil.
And so she killed her because of that? I just realized Teru Teru has a fork and a knife over his face. I wonder if everybody gets a unique cross over their face.
Evil? Are you saying Mahiru is...
If you knew about that incident, then you must have played the game. Am I right?
And because of that, I was able to find the killer's accomplice hiding on this island like a sewer rat.
Then, the reason you killed Mahiru was...
To protect justice, of course. In order to protect justice, I have become its merciless sword. And executed justice.
I love the little emotes they're adding.
Holy crap! She's such a stereotypical psychopath!
She's so gross!
Echo, is this your true identity?
My true identity? I have already forgotten who I am. It just shows my determination. My determination to protect by throwing away what's most important. I'm willing to become anybody to shower this world with justice!
What the absolute shit is going on?
Oh, I can't stand this anymore! Let's just end this farce already!
End it. He's right. We need to end this already before she keeps stalking. The killer, in the end, there's no mistake that it was Peko all along.
Let's go over this incident one more time and then let's end this.
Okay. Let's see here. Alright, finish the thought. What do we got? Seems Hiyoko made a promise with somebody. It looks like she's outside eating candy, so maybe that's that. There's Peko. Peko sees, and she's like gritting her teeth about it. Sleeping, wakes up. Okay, that's all gonna come after this. Okay, she drugged Hiyoko, carried Hiyoko into the room, And then Hyoko's asleep. Oh, okay. Alright, nothing there should match. She's completely bad shit there. Okay, the sleeping one's already used. I don't need that. First one who found the body. Okay, this might be that. There we go. She's washing off in the shower with the water bottles. And then this is her escaping. That's already used. There's the thing tied to the sword already, so this is her tying it. Alright, that was easy. Now, this one's used already. We don't need that. That one's used already because I saw that earlier. There's the letters. That's that. Hiyoko arrives at the beach house. Gets knocked out. The gummy comes later. Alright. Now then, time to wash off the blood. Where should I hide? I'm guessing the... Oh wait, no, the gummy came after. Gummy came after she ran out. Hiyoko left a big piece of evidence. No, okay. It's not that. It's this right here. Okay. Stock 3. Alright. Pull out the bamboo sword, water, this all stuff is gonna come later. Killer went inside a surfboard case. I don't think that happened yet. Plastic water bottles. No. Okay, that's not bad. Plastic water bottles must be here then. Okay. Is this that? Okay. Went inside a surfboard case. Right there. Last stock. Okay, here is Mahiru coming in. That's not going to be used because that was used earlier, or not used, but it was already there. This was already there, so we don't need to worry about that. These two. The con arrives at the beach house. What would that have been? Hiyoko left a big piece of evidence. That's footprints.
Here's everything that happened
okay.
in this
That's
case. The incident began this morning when Mahiru spoke to Hiyoko. Mahiru most likely played Twilight Syndrome Murder Case, the video game provided to us as the motive. She probably wanted to discuss it with someone else who also appeared in the game as a character. Hiyoko accepted Mahiru's invitation, and they promised to have a more detailed conversation about it later. However, someone else overheard their exchange. The killer. The killer eavesdropped on their conversation and used their promise to devise a specific murder plan. By preparing a specific item, they planned to manipulate the two's actions. That item was the letters. They sent fake letters to both Mahiru and Hiyoko. The letter Mahiru received told her to come to the beach house at 2:30 p.m. And the letter Hiyoko received told her to come to the beach house at exactly 2 p.m. By providing different times, the killer was able to lure them to the beach house separately. Hiyoko totally trusted that letter, showed up at the beach house at 2 p.m., just like it said, and was drugged into unconsciousness by the killer lying in wait. After putting Hiyoko to sleep, the killer immediately hid her inside the closet, so they could frame her as the killer later. At 2:30 p.m., Mahiru arrived at the beach house. She was completely unaware that she'd been targeted for murder. Approaching her from behind, the killer struck the defenseless Mahiru with a specific weapon, the metal bat that was left at the scene of the crime. The bat was brought down onto the back of Mahiru's head, and with that, she took her last breath. According to Mikan's autopsy, Mahiru died instantly, so she probably never knew who killed her. With that, the killer achieved their goal of killing Mahiru and began to tamper with the crime scene. They dragged Mahiru's body so that it blocked the door leading to the road. Also, the mask found at the scene of the crime was something the killer personally left. I'm not really sure why. My guess is it's something similar to a calling card.
And because they're stark raving mad.
That's how the crime scene we discovered was created. However, by moving Mahiru's body, the killer got blood splatter on him. Plus, the shower room had no water because it was out of order, so they couldn't wash it off. But the killer expected something like that to happen. Instead of the shower, the killer used something else to wash the blood off their body. They used plastic water bottles that were inside the beach house refrigerator. We can assume they carried the bottles to the shower room before the sequence of events had happened.
This would have been so cold, too. Ugh.
In place of showering, they washed the blood off their body with water bottles instead. However, they had no choice but to dispose of the empty bottles in the beach house's trash can.
Like straight out of the fridge.
Littering is against the rules, and it would have taken too much time to throw them away somewhere else. After the killer washed off the blood, they hid in a specific spot inside the closet Hiyoko was in. The killer hid inside the surfboard case that they had already emptied beforehand. After some time had passed, the sleeping drug used on Hiyoko wore off, and she woke up. I can imagine how badly Hiyoko must have panicked when she came out of the closet. I mean, she made plans to see Mahiru, who lay dead right in front of her. From the shock and panic of being considered a murder suspect, Hiyoko fled from the beach house. Because of that, she left footprints in the sand. Everything was a trap set by the killer to frame her. After Hiyoko left, the killer finally came out of the surfboard case and placed a gummy that they brought with them to shift our suspicion toward Hiyoko. Ironically, placing that gummy is what helped clear our suspicion toward Hiyoko. Finally, the killer began preparing to escape from the beach house. They couldn't risk leaving their footprints in the sand, so they escaped the beach house using a different route. The small window in the shower room. However, that window is rather high up and can't be reached easily, which is why the killer used the bamboo sword they always carry with them. The killer took the bamboo sword out of its bag, tied the bag to the sword's handle, and used the sword as a step stool to reach the small window while holding the sword bag in their hand.
That's still pretty high up looking at that picture, and plus they would have had to get up there and move those iron bars towards them while they're trying to climb out.
As long as they're able to reach the window, all they had to do was pull the bag to retrieve the sword.
Like they make it sound so easy.
And so the killer left the beach house and appeared before us as if nothing had happened. But their wet hair and swimsuit didn't dry right away. There also weren't any towels at the beach house. So when the killer met up with us, they said they had been swimming for a while as an excuse. So how about it? This is the truth behind the incident you caused. Isn't that right, Peko Pekoyama?
I did not think she was going to end up being a killer.
I see. And what of it? She's like, totally cool with it. I haven't done anything to be ashamed of.
Except your choice of mask.
What are you saying? You killed Mahiru!
Wrong! I punished evil in the name of justice. That's no reason to condemn me.
Whatever. Let's hurry up and vote so we can freaking kill this weird, crazy bitch.
There's no way you can kill me. Justice can never be killed. You should all know that as well.
What are you saying?
To protect what's most important to you, you must be prepared to throw away something equally important. Understand?
No.
I don't get it! I don't get it at all!
Then I shall be direct. Justice must carry on. In order to keep justice, to keep me alive, you all must give up your lives.